Okay, let's talk about, first of all, congratulations. Big week. Everybody changed. How much did you end up going down?
17.
17 pounds?
In 6 weeks? Yay!
You've been on a roll. Every single time we've talked,
my God,
you've just killed. There's been tons out there that killed it. Who does 17 pounds?
6 weeks.
I didn't think you had a pound to lose. Not one. I remember when you did this, I was like, what? And you went down 9?
Wow. Good job.
It's amazing. Congratulations. I want to postulate today. I want to throw a little supposition out there. I want to just bounce something off of you and see what you think about it. Because I have a theory. I have a theory as to why it is that a lot of people struggle to lose weight, and they struggle to get in shape, and they struggle to be successful at what all of you were successful at. All of you were. That was cool. It doesn't happen. I'm excited about that. I have a theory that I believe that people lack the ability to do that which isn't right. They lack the ability to do things that are what I call inherently evil. And you hate to say inherently evil because it makes it sound like we're judging stuff. But you either have to give something a label of good or bad. And sometimes there's just things that are bad. And the things that are bad, I think that most people, and there are exceptions to every rule, and that's why we have liars in the world, and that's why we have killers in the world, and that's why we have problems in the world. But for the most part, I believe that most people don't have the ability to do things wrong. It's not moral. And I think there's a little chip inside of most of us that makes it so that we have to do things right. We want to do things right. We're all decent people. And then when you think about that makes a little bit of sense. Of course, there's people in prison, so that's a thing. But when I think about why it is that people don't be successful with this, I've got another theory on top of that isn't to do with it's your fault because you didn't have enough self-confidence, you didn't have enough drive, you didn't have enough willpower. I think it's that we plugged into a program that doesn't work. Remember last week we said we talk about what GPP is? Today, that's what I want to do. I'll talk a little bit about GPP. And if you'll let me just kind of postulate that, just kind of throw that out there and say, I don't think that people have the ability to do that which is inherently evil. I think maybe we can find a reason why it is that we're successful here on a level that I've never seen in 17 years. And I promise that out there, they're not being successful at. People don't have the ability to do what is inherently evil. And so when you plug into exercise, why is it that most people plug into exercise? Health, weight loss. I think that it's because most of us plug in based on something that's a little fleeting or inherently evil. Sorry, but it's not evil. It's just not right either. A lot of times we'll do things that aren't based on any good reason, and I think that when we do that, we don't really have the follow-through, and we'll never have the follow-through because it's not a good reason, and we don't do things that are wrong, that are immoral. Get six-pack abs. A lot of people start a silly little program like this because they see on a commercial somebody with perfect six-pack abs or rocking a hot bikini or whatever, guys walking around with their shirts off playing volleyball or whatever, and they get started into a program that has the appearance of that. You guys ever notice? That's how everybody sells fitness in this world, is they sell it by appealing to one of two senses that I think are neither good reasons to exercise. They'll either try to appeal to your vanity, which not very many people are actually vain, or they'll try to appeal to your insecurity. People don't have the ability to do that which is inherently evil, and both of those two things I just talked about are inherently evil. If you're trying to do something based on your vanity, I promise, unless you are a vain person, you only got about 2 weeks of that in you. If you try to do something that's based on your insecurity, you can get that started too, but I think you only got about a week of that or 2 weeks of that in you. Does that make sense? And so we get off and we start this program that was based on nothingness, on emptiness, on a six-pack abs. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with people with six-pack abs. What I am saying, though, is that the pursuit of six-pack abs only is an empty pursuit. It has no value, it has no meaning, and it of itself is not worth going for. And we know it. We dream of it, we think cool. When we see the six-pack and we go, man, I gotta have that. We dream of that and that sounds cool. And we believe sometimes superficially that that will lead to better things in our lives. But 2 weeks from now, people are smart. And you're gonna sit back and go, it's dumb. And you'll quit. And I think you should. Because those two reasons are not two good reasons to exercise. I think they're the worst reasons to exercise. And people that charge those reasons and stick with those reasons end up unhealthy and not able to pursue health or spread this to anybody else. It's just a wasteful pursuit. That's why we quit. That's what I was saying earlier. I think people quit not because they haven't got willpower. I think it's because we all start on the wrong foot. We start on the wrong track and we start running full speed toward nothingness, and then halfway there we're like, this is stupid. What am I chasing? It doesn't have meaning. It's inherently evil. It's one of the things that I was so happy with Meg's article this week, because it put meaning behind something that we all do. Good, deep, true meaning. So let's talk about GPP. This isn't a message we're very good at. Okay? It's interesting because before now, for the last 2 years, we've been doing all we can to get people in the building. And unfortunately, we've been a little guilty of selling the six-pack and the hot bikini and the little black dress, right? Because we had to tell you this works, but it does. And we're getting to a point now that the true meaning, the depth and the scope of what we do is starting to come out. And I wanted to take that today and share it with you on a level that we've probably never shared it. And then maybe that'll help also for you to go, oh, I think that is deeper. Give you a better reason to do. Because skinny isn't enough. Being skinny isn't enough because you know that's not a good pursuit. No more than having great big giant muscles is a worthwhile pursuit. No more than having the fastest time is a worthwhile pursuit. Right? It's only valuable in the way that it helps you. It's not valuable in and of itself. So those other programs, including ourselves, the people among us that are charging that time to be the best, are charging something meaningless. It doesn't have value because what we do in here fuels what goes on out there, and that's the only purpose of what's in here. And when you turn that around is when you become sick. When exercise is supposed to serve you, okay? When you turn that around and you start serving the exercise, that's when this becomes broken. That's when this doesn't work anymore. When you're starting to go for even better body and an even better body and an even better body, it's broken. Now you're serving exercise. When you're going for the fastest time or the most reps or the best, whatever you can be, to no end, that's when you're pitching stuff, intention and thought and action into a black hole. And I think that we know that after a while. And hopefully you'll quit before you become sick, because you will become sick by charging something that's meaningless. Is that cool? Too much of a lecture today? GPP. Enter GPP. What does it stand for? General physical preparedness. What does that mean? That's kind of a whole bunch. It feels like we've taken a bunch and tried to break off a big hunk of something. GPP, in general, we're trying to physically prepare you to do anything that you hope for or you feel will make you healthy in life. Physically, you'll be prepared to do whatever you want. What do you want? I want to go hiking. We got you. I want to lift heavy things. Cover. Right? I want to be able to keep with my kids. I want to have energy. I want to play Little Mermaid. I want to play Ariel and Little Mermaid. We got you. In general, physically, I'd like to prepare you. We down here are trying to prepare you to do whatever it is that you want in life. And that's what's cool, is I get to hand that to you and say, you put your values on that. In general, I'm going to prepare you for it, and you go find what's important to you. You charge that, and my job is to help you get there, physically. Okay? You didn't hear six-pack in there. I don't believe in the six-pack because we believe it's a unhealthy pursuit, which is, I think, the key to our community down here. Have you noticed that this is kind of it's a warm and fuzzy thing? We just had a bunch of tears just there. I think that's the key to our community, is we're all charging something. We're all like-minded individuals charging in the same direction that I think has meaning and has value, and it feels like a better cause. It's a better reason to exercise. In fact, it's really the only reason to exercise. In general, we're down here to physically prepare you to do whatever it is that you need to do in life. I'm going to hand that to you and say, here's what you need. And my job is just to make sure that if you wanted to go water skiing this weekend, you're covered. You wanted to have a little more energy, you're covered. You need to sprint across something to stay out of danger, you're covered. We got you. Sounds far-fetched, but I think of that stuff and it goes into our program.
Want to climb a wall, you're covered.
You want to climb a wall clear to the very, very top. The week you became a grandmother, you're covered. Isn't that something? That's who GPP is, and that's what we stand for. We do two things down here. If you rank them, these are the two things we do. One, we help you reap benefits of life. Okay?
Avoid pitfalls.
Yep. Some of you have heard this lecture before. That's the two things that I try to do. I'm helping you reap the benefits, and this is where you get to go, what are the benefits? What are the benefits? Tell me some of the benefits. Why are you exercising?
Added energy.
Added energy, that's a benefit. There are people out there that are lifting wrong or exercising wrong, and they're not getting that benefit. They're not. They're missing that. They're not getting energy. They're going too far. They're going too fast, and they're going too long, and they're dropping themselves in energy. They've missed one of life's greatest benefits. It's true. What's not? That's why our workouts are 20 minutes.
I think you just find out you can do things you didn't think you could do. You know, I mean, some of the weights and things, I would never have tried that over at Gold's when I was just doing my thing.
Self-confidence,
Yeah.
emotional security.
Yeah.
That's something. Thank you. What are some more benefits? How about I have a stronger relationship with my husband. That's a benefit. It can be. You know, it doesn't have to be superficial, but sometimes there's a component of that. I think we're all wired that way. Just to close your ears, sorry. Benefits, whatever the benefits are, that's our goal. We're helping you reap the benefits. And whatever those benefits decide, you want to be a better grandma, better mom, better mother, better actor, whatever you want to be, we're going to help you reap those benefits. And they are many, and we consider that when we do this. We also want to help you avoid the pitfalls. The pitfalls are also many, right? Disease, injury, bad stuff in life. We can help you avoid that. And if your body's charged up, it can help with a lot of this stuff. It can help you with some of the emotional baggage that some of us carry around. It can. And that's our point. Okay? Still haven't said bikinis and six-packs. I don't believe people have the ability to charge something that has no value. I don't. I think you have to find something that has value, and then you have to use that something to add value to your life. That's the point of this, isn't it? To do in here what prepares you to do out there. It's the only reason we're here. That's the only thing we do. People, if we get that wrong, I think we're not healthy anymore. Okay? So this is saying a mouthful. That's a ton. And how do we've got to have a pretty deliberate method for delivering on this. So how do we deliver on this? Well, first thing you have to do is say, well, what's our goal? Our goal, down here, optimal health. That's all I care about. I care about your health. I care about your appearance only in as far as it applies to your health. Okay? So your appearance is a piece of your health, right? I care about your weight in that it applies to your health. I care about a lot of things that go on that we care about only in that it applies to your optimal health. And that's where I say those who charge you the six-pack for six-pack's sake are not healthy. They lack the emotional and spiritual fortitude that is contained inside of health. And so they're not healthy. They become unhealthy trying to get fit. You can fit yourself to unhealthy, get more fit till you become unhealthy. You can. Right? The thought of it, insecurity, vanity, those are very fit people generally. They can be. And they're not optimally healthy. So that's our goal. This is who we are and what we do. That's what we care about. How am I going to deliver optimal health? Because I Seems like I'm writing a pretty big check there, right? Well, first thing you gotta do is you gotta define this, which is something that I've been very disappointed in people in my field. What is health? Ask people. You want to become very entertained, go ask a fitness professional, a nutritionist, any sort of health professional what health is. And do it like this. Just be like, Allie, you're a fitness professional. Tell me what health is. Go. Do it like that. Walk off. What is health, Allie?
Health for me is the ability to breathe.
Love it. Okay, go.
Feeling good.
Help her, Mom.
Getting through the day, doing everything you want to do.
Love it. Go.
Having energy at the end of the day.
Love it. Go. Mom.
Lack of disease.
Love it. Okay. I love it. That's true. All of that is true. What happens though is when you ask a fitness trainer that, would you guys be happy with that answer from a fitness trainer or a nutritionist or a doctor? After today, I hope you will say no. Okay? Because what happens there is you've just asked him to define health, and what he gave you was the answer, some pie-in-the-sky answer that really has no depth or meaning. It's kind of like saying this. What's the biggest problem in the world? 4. Okay? Tell me what a great math problem is. 4. Okay? That's what asking a fitness trainer what health is, and they say benefit, life, sustaining, energy. They go off on all this fluffy stuff, and what they're doing is they're giving you the answer to a math problem without showing you what the problem is. No depth behind it. How'd you get to 4? We did this last week, right? That's a more complete answer. Right? What is health? It's got to be backed up. Have something more than just 4 if you're a fitness professional. Otherwise, you guys did a great job. Fitness professionals need to know what this means. Otherwise, how can they possibly go toward it? If you don't have a working definition of health, how are you going to approach getting other people healthy? That doesn't make sense to me. So we've defined it. We've decided that we know what health is, or at least we've created a definition of health. And we've decided that your health is the result of perfect balance of 6 things. Could you have said that okay?
Yes.
I know! Okay, what do you think some of those are? I'll get you started. We all know this one.
Spiritual, mental,
Yes, see?
Financial.
Yes, see? Thanks. What else you got? That's what we think health is. Let me say it again because it's important. Your health is the result, your optimal health is the result of perfect balance of these things, these 6 things. That's your optimal health. Okay? And the cool thing about this to know is anytime we create imbalances somewhere in this, you become unhealthy. The more physical you have, if you do this and charge and charge and charge the physical, you have to rob from somewhere else to give to that. You have to rob Peter to pay Paul when it comes to this. That's why we're talking about balance. So when we're talking about physical health, just know that could cost you a lot of money. Could people go to the poorhouse charging their physical health? They do it all the time. They do it all the time. Do they rob from their spiritualism to get this? Yep, they do it all the time. Same thing is true for people that are charging, say, economic health. People get sick all the time. They rob from their physical health. That's why they come see us. Okay? Health is important. We have to have a working definition of what it is in order to go toward it. And we believe that it's the perfect balance of this. And that puts, I hope, the physical fitness part that we do in here in perspective for you. Because it is a very important part of your health, but it is not health. It's just a piece of your health. But I'll tell you the secret. The secret is that the physical is the conduit. It's the key to the others. And many people that walk in those doors come in not in pursuit of the physical. Seems like they would. Coming to a gym, you ought to be going to get your fitness, right? Get the physical. They're not. I get people all the time that tell me, I'd like my husband to look that way at me again. Guys, that's not a physical pursuit. That's social and emotional. Can you get social and emotional health by charging the physical? You bet. They do it all the time. Why? It's the one thing you can touch. The one thing on the board that within about 30 seconds I can put on you in a very tactile way. Think about it. I charge you in the physical, I can ask for burpees. Give me burpees, go, 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 go. That's a very physical thing, you can touch that. The skills and abilities that you gain in the physical transfer, they go up. However, let me ask you this, mental health, what can you touch in the mental health? In order to improve this, how can I improve your mental health in a way that you can see and recognize now? Spiritual, how can I do it to you right now in 30 seconds? It's harder. It's not impossible. People are very skilled at it, and they're very good at this. I'm not saying this is the only way. It's the best. Okay? Physical takes you to the spiritual, doesn't it? That's why many religions fast. It's why yoga is in and of itself is a physical manifestation of a spiritual thing. That's all that is. Remember the guy that took the glass shards on the end of a little whip that was walking down the road? Remember all that? They still do that. Why? Alms to God. He's doing it for God. He's making a physical sacrifice for God. You can get to the spiritual for the physical. I'm not going to choose that way, but others will, and I respect that. The physical is the conduit. It's why they come in here. It's why a lot of people come in here. They're seeking something else, and I get that, and I respect that, and I value that even. It's a piece. Physical is the piece, and it is the conduit. It's cool. The skills and abilities you learn in the physical transfer, you can use them. If I can improve you this way in a very healthy way, you now have abilities to improve your economic health, your social health. You have those skills, and all you have to do is apply what you learned here, and boom, you got it. That's what GPP is. It's a long way to get there, but it's there. There's more, though. Because once we know that the physical is the conduit, and once we know that's how we're going to approach your health, your optimal health, and that's how I do that, because I'm not really qualified to teach you on an emotional level. People go to school for that. On the mental health level, they go to school for that. They learn stuff. But I'm qualified to do this. So what's my definition of putting this on you? Well, that's where you look around and there's 10 points of fitness by Bruce Evans and Jim Crawley, and we love that because we think it's the most complete term or type of fitness we've ever seen. You ever see those? What are the 10 points of fitness? Do people know? That's okay. Off the top of your head. Right. So this is the top 4. I want to stop there just for 1 second, because this is the stuff that people know. They're not doing it yet, but that's the stuff they know. Okay? Everybody's doing their cardio right now. I hope they are. A lot of those bodybuilder guys are doing strength training. A couple of folks out there now are starting to mix them, but before now, nobody's really broke them up yet. Here's the thing to know. There are health benefits that go with these health benefits that can't be completely gotten if by participating in one, I can't get the health benefits of cardio. Not all of them, health benefits. There are things that it does for you. So if I'm just doing strength, I can't get the health benefits of cardio. That mandates my participation in cardio. It mandates I have to now. Same thing with flexibility. There are health benefits that I don't get necessarily from participating in the other two. It mandates participation. Okay? There's 6 more here that people are forgetting about. And do you know what the key is? The key is that's what you're built to do. The 10 things we list on this board are the things that you're genetically programmed to do. It makes the recording bad, guys. Right? So what are the other 6?
Power, speed, agility, coordination, balance, effort.
I guess I should turn it on. Power, speed, and agility, are you kidding me? That's how people get hurt. You don't do power, speed, and agility. Well, unless you're doing things in real life, you ever walk up a flight of stairs? I never do. I run them. That's power, speed, and agility. Well, not agility. Right? I use this in real life. Why should I not train for it? Turns out there are health benefits that go with that I can't get by doing the others. That's why we do it. Those are the 10. And that's how we're addressing our part of your health. That's the depth behind what it is that you're doing. That's what you're doing. That's GPP. It's got a purpose. It's got meaning. It's got depth. And it isn't something that's just superficial that we're talking about a six-pack. And then the cool thing about that is we got tons of them down here. Okay? Six-pack should be a result, never a pursuit. It's not the pursuit. And I know that's why many people in America quit, and the world quit, is because they charge a pursuit that is useless. I'm just going to turn it off. Does that make sense? Do you see the differences? That's the difference. That's who we are. I think that's why we build this cool little community. Because I think before we've ever said it, that's the message that we're putting out there. And I hope that's the message that you'll take with you. If you're wondering why you weren't able to make it, maybe these are some of the answers for you. Maybe this is how it is that you can be more successful. When you realize that there is something worthwhile to getting out here and making yourself hurt, making yourself sweat, if you can put good reason behind it, it makes sense to me that it'll give you a better reason to do it. And stay doing it forever. Optimal health. We reap benefits, we avoid pitfalls. That's what we do. That's the point. That's why you should get up in the morning and do this every single day, because you're missing benefits if you don't, and you're heading toward pitfalls. Long lecture. But I wanted to say this for like the entire 6 weeks. I wanted to put this out there. We had other things that we had to talk about, but this is the purpose, and I'm hoping that by helping people and giving this purpose, or maybe just explaining our purposes, I think there's a lot of folks that innately access their purpose, and it makes it easier for them to put it into perspective and maybe charge it. Congratulations. This was a pretty big week. It was cool. Good 6 weeks.